Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon from wherever you are listening to us in the world. This is Peter Mowi Kuruga from Giving Hope Counseling Services. Since Giving Hope Counseling Services specializes in marriage and family therapy, today we want to use the topic on parenting. And our topic today is breaking the toxic parenting cycle. As a parent, we want to ensure that we bring up our families with healthy parenting values. Now, we will start by identifying or classifying the kind of parent we call toxic. Toxic parenting comes in many forms. Toxic parents are generally either violent and physically abusive. They can also be verbally and emotionally abusive. Toxic parents also put their needs before their children's. They are also controlling. They are also manipulative. They use harsh forms of punishment. We have seen parents who can end up physically beating their parents to the point that they can even end up in hospitals. Such harsh parenting is toxic. Parents also who expect their children to keep admiring them even when it is not called for. Also, toxic parents show sexually inappropriate behavior in front of their children. They are jealous in their relationships. Toxic parents are also unsupportive to their children. They cross boundaries. Even children, although they are our children, they are what as our children also consider boundaries that we should not cross. What they like themselves, and they have told you what they like and what they don't like. Parents who cross such boundaries are considered toxic. They get easily offended. A child does a minor thing, instead of being there for them, they get easily offended. They also overshare about their private matters. Children, although they are children, there are things they tell you as our parents and that should not be shared with other people. They also, even our children, deserve some level of privacy. They are also parents who are overly critical of their children, criticize of us very small things. We need not criticize our parents every other time. They are human beings like us, and about to make some mistakes, and we ought to overlook some mistakes. There are parents who can get enmeshed. Enmeshed, we mean that whatever their behavior, or they get too close to their children, meaning they blur the boundaries. They become too close. Even our parents, our children deserve some privacy. Therefore, if they put some boundaries, don't cross them. And they also keep asking their children to take sides. Remember, in a family, there are both children, they have brothers and sisters, and there is a spouse. And they want to keep children, either they want the children to take their side against their father, or they want to take the side of one child against the other. Those are the toxic parenting habits that we need to get away from as parents. So how do we move from there? How we start is because we remember how we were ourselves as we were being brought up. What parenting style did our parents use? When we say they are toxic and we want to change, it means that our parents had those behaviors we have already described, and we need to move away from them. How did they shape us? How does that align with our values today? And clarity is the first step that we need. Our values now, how are we making them different from those toxic parents we may have had? Therefore, we need to identify such toxic behaviors that we went through, so that we make sure we don't hurt our children, we don't carry on with such toxic behavior. We must align our values, our current values, good values, different from those we had from our parents if our parents were toxic. Therefore, we need to have lessons that we can teach our children so that they reflect good values, current good values, and not those toxic behaviors we have talked about. Now, we can actually use some tools to make sure that our parenting is healthy. First, we'll use boundaries. So remember, we said you need to respect your own limits and your child. We need to be clear about what is okay and what is not okay, and then we learn to stick to it. We set our boundaries, we agree what is okay and what is not okay, and we stick to what we have agreed. We need also to be reliable, be able to do what we say we will do, and when we give promises, whether small or big, let us keep those promises so that our children can learn from us. That it is important to be reliable, we can be trusted, and our children will learn to keep their promises too. Accountability, we have mistakes. We are human beings. We make mistakes as parents. Let us own up to those mistakes and apologize, and then make it right. When we realize we made a mistake, we own up to our mistakes, apologize, and then make it right. This will teach our children that it is not shameful to be wrong. It is okay to be wrong. But once we recognize our mistakes, we apologize and make it right. This will give our children the opportunity to grow. Now, we have something I'm going to refer to as a vault. A vault. Vaults means keeping confidences and not sharing information. Like I have mentioned earlier, that we have information given to us by our children that is not ours to share. In other words, if someone tells you something in trust, you don't pass it along. So you keep it, just like the way we keep our vault locked. Such things that you are both given in trust, keep them locked in your vault. Applied to parenting, it actually means keeping children's privacy, not mocking or sharing their struggles with others. And it also means we model trustworthiness in our adult relationships. They can trust us. That what they can trust us with the information they want to keep secret, because we will keep our vault shut. We will not express or tell others about those secrets they want us to keep. Then, as parents, we must show integrity. We need to always choose what is right, even if it is not easy. Let us teach our children integrity by always doing what is right, not necessary, even if it is not easy. When we model honesty and value-driven choices, even if it is hard, let us model honesty, even when it is hard. When you are not judgmental, this creates a safe space for our children to share their struggles without fear of criticism, because we offer them support. That does not mean judgmental. Like I said, children are human beings just like we are. If you are not judgmental, even when they make mistakes, they will remember they're human beings, and they know we'll be there for them. Another aspect we need to teach as healthy parents is generosity. Let us show generosity to our children. In this particular case, we just mean assuming the best about our children's intentions. We extend kindness to them and understanding, even when we are correcting them. Even when they have issues that we need to correct, let us do it kindly. Obviously, all of this leads to one thing that is very important to the children, our modeling. We must model the kind of behavior we want our children to have by behaving well ourselves, because children mirror what they see. Like it has always been said, actions speak louder than words. So children will adopt our actions much more than what we just say. So we must model good behavior to our children by following good values like self-respect, kindness, honesty, because when we model all these ones, they are watching and they are going to live their lives following those values. Another one that we need to do is to accept imperfection. Accepting imperfection is because every parent makes mistakes, because we are not perfect. So we need to accept imperfection. But what us most is accountability. So when we make mistakes, we own up to them, we are accountable, we apologize, so that our children will grow knowing even themselves, they are human beings like us, they are not perfect. Mistakes will happen, that they can be able to accept they made mistakes and correct them. Eventually, all our children, but if we bring them up using these good values, if we ourselves had a bad cycle from parenting, our children will heal. They will, if we use these good values for them, we are going to go out to bring up upright citizens. At Giving Hope Counseling Services, our experienced marriage and family therapists, we are here to work with you. They will work with you alongside in your family as you bring up your family. They will teach you how to break from these toxic parenting styles and those generational patterns that may have been in the past. With compassionate guidance and practical parenting tools, we will help you to build healthier ways of parenting that align with your values, so that you can raise confident, emotionally secure, and well-adjusted children who thrive in a loving environment. Anytime you find yourself with parenting issues, please reach out to us. First, you can be able to call us. Our numbers are +254 721 240 462 or +254 733 932470. You can also reach out to us by email at pkoroga@gmail.com. You can also find us on our social media handles as Giving Hope Counseling Services, both on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok. Karibu.